Well, I don't know if anybody can hear me yet or not. Velvet's, you're the only one here anyway. But I thought I'd just go set it up for live a couple minutes early. Or a little bit early. Yeah, I texted a bunch of people too, and I know Trinity's coming. Nancy might. She said okay when I told her. Um, Jennifer might. Caitlin might. I don't know. Caitlin didn't answer me, so I don't know. She might have went to bed early. She may have to get up early to go to work. I have no idea. There's Trinity. Hi, sweetie. How are you? I figured you'd call me when you got back up there. I was surprised you didn't. Mm. I tried. I was going to text Sierra, but for some reason, I didn't have her. I didn't have her phone number. Well, I'm not still doing that great. Hi, Jack. Ken, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Well, I've been doing exams. Are you doing good on your exams? Well, I wanted to try to get on. I mean, I'm still pretty weak and everything, but I know it's been at least a month, so I wanted to at least get on, say hello to everybody. Just so you know, Ken, I don't know if I'll be doing them every night anymore. I'm going to try to jump in when I can. I'm feeling a little bit better. Yeah, I lost about 30 pounds in 2.5 weeks. You passed them all? That's great. But as long as you passed them, that's what matters. Can everybody hear me okay? I put the mic down so it wasn't in my face, but if you can't hear me very good, let me know. I'll pick it back up. Yeah, I definitely lost some weight, no doubt about that. I was eating very little. Well, Trinity can tell you that. She was here with us when I got it. When I got all these problems. I was eating probably once a day. Sometimes didn't eat at all, but just a little bit once a day. Nothing appealed to me at all. When's your semester over with anyway, Trinity? Hey, thanks for the super there, Ken. I appreciate that. Nobody answered me yet. Can you all hear me okay? Right, this dang YouTube's only showing 3 people. I know there's way more than that. Velvet, Trinity, Jack, Ken. Oh, there's 4 people. So it's missing one. Next semester starts in January, huh? That's not too far away. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, guys. I need all the help I can get. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate you answering me. Yeah, this month's been horrible, of course, with no lives at all. I had like 3 hours of view time, which is horrible. Horrible. Usually get well over 200. Of course, that's because I couldn't do anything. At this point, I don't even know if I can even paint until I get better. Yeah, you get a little bit of a break anyway. Give your mind a rest, Trinity. Have a little fun, maybe. A little other extra activity. Have some fun. Keep her straight, Jack. I know you're a friend. Keep her straight. Ken, how are you doing, buddy? You doing okay? I meant to do a share it with Facebook, but I didn't get a chance to do it. Of course, a lot of the ones that come off Facebook are here anyway, so. Although I even texted Ariana. You doing okay, Ken? Glad to hear it. I don't know if Recon's going to show up or not. Of course, he was always late before anyway, so I have no idea. I'm not even sure I'll be able to do the full hour. This chair is not too comfortable. It should be for a normal person. It is, but with all these problems I've got, I'm not that comfortable. So what have you been up to, Ken? You bit a hole in your tongue? Wow. I think everybody's bit their tongue at least once. I bit mine probably way more than once. It ain't no fun. And it hurts like hell. Luckily, your tongue heals pretty quickly. Of course, I've bitten the inside of my cheek many times too. You know, you get in a hurry, you're trying to chew something fast, and next thing you know, you're taking a bite of your cheek. And then you cuss yourself out for being so stupid as to try to eat so fast. How's everybody doing down here? Everyone seems to be doing okay except for me. Nina's doing okay. She's still thinking about getting that puppy from Jennifer. Hasn't decided yet. Although she's been trying to think of a name, so that kind of tells me she's probably more or less made up her mind. Do I look thinner, Ken? I went from a size 40 waist to probably a 36, maybe less. My pants are all loose. Luckily, I had some 38s. They don't fit too awful bad, but they're still loose. They're probably a couple inches too big at least. But I'm not buying any more damn pants. I'm going to try to just gain some weight back. Well, I think the only thing that bothers your grandmother, Trinity, is that, you know how puppies are. They piss and poop all over the damn place. Not good in an RV because you're walking around in the dark a lot. Next thing you know, squish between your toes, you're going to have some poop between your toes, which is not going to be pleasant, not going to make anybody happy. Although she said she's going to get some of them puppy pads you put down, and, you know, if the puppy does its thing where it's supposed to, while it's learning to go outside, then, maybe be okay. I mean, I kind of think it'd be good for her too, because Milo is probably more my dog than hers. It's supposed to have been hers. It's kind of the way it's been most of our life. The dog all of them seem to go to me because I'm a dog lover. And she loves them too, but. So the plan this time is if she gets a puppy, I'm going to try to play more stranger to the puppy, which would be tough, but let her give the puppy the most attention, and hopefully the puppy will bond with her before it bonds with me. That's the key, getting it to bond with her first. Yeah, I think we've tried them before, but they tend to. Sometimes the puppies end up chewing the damn things up. They think it's breakfast or something. And Milo is he's kind of jealous. Milo is pretty jealous, so hopefully he'll take to him okay. It's a boy, so he's a boy too, but Milo's not a real big dog. He's just fat. But he'll still be bigger than the puppy. The puppy will grow up to be smaller than him still. So maybe he'll feel like he's the pack leader and take okay to him. Now Nancy's dog, he's kind of scared of that one because it's a huge damn lab. Well, Milo is just so attached to us. He can't stand, he has separation disorder and all that crap. And the vets even told us he's got it bad. I mean, he just cannot stand being away from us. He's got to be with one of us. If we left him in the RV, he'd probably tear the damn thing down before we got home because he'd be pissed off. I mean, we had him tear up a door at the group home from it, and all kinds of stuff. We'd have to leave that door open, give him access to it, or he would tear it up. I mean, he finally got used to it at the group home. He was okay there once we figured out what to do. But we're really concerned about leaving him in the RV. He's not real RV friendly yet. I don't think he really likes it. He's so used to the group home being so huge, he just cannot get it in his head of how small the RV is compared to the group home. And all the people we had there, we had all the clients there, 6 clients and, relatives coming to visit a lot, Jenny or Nancy or, you would be there every now and then and whoever else, Mark, Chris, when he was around, grandkids. So there's yeah, my connection is kind of crappy tonight. Hopefully we're not buffering. My download is 56.56, upload 0.26, which is totally crap. It shows we got 5 people here, but I don't think I'm counting 5 people. Unless Recon's in the background or Minnie hiding behind a rock. Well, of course, it could be Jennifer or Nancy. Just haven't said anything. I did invite Brad tonight, too. I have no idea, Ken. Whenever I get there, I guess. The main concern is my aorta, the main vein that goes to your heart, that aneurysm or whatever it is that's there, the growth. It's not in the danger zone yet, but close. It's 4 millimeters. 5.5, they'll be doing surgery, guarantee you. I'm already scheduled in February to do another CAT scan so they can check on it to see if it's growing or not. Or it could even be getting smaller, who knows? But maybe it's just the same, may stay that way. If it doesn't do anything, then I'll probably end up going there every 6 months or every year getting another freaking CAT scan. Plus, I have pancreatitis, and there's something in my colon too. They haven't diagnosed that yet. Spot something in my lung. We ain't got to that part yet either, in my esophagus. On top of that, I had that sciatic nerve problem still. It seems to be getting a bit better, but still a bit painful. And a shoulder that's bothering me. That's why I'm concerned about painting. My shoulder's bothering me in my right arm, which is what I paint with. But hopefully that'll calm down soon. That's nothing critical. I just kind of pulled a muscle or some tendons up there or something, trying to do more than I should have been doing. That's what happens when the doctors tell you to do nothing and you do anyway. Kind of because you have to. When you're in an RV, stuff's got to get done. But we lost our electricity a couple days ago, and one of the RV plugs, the adapters, which were brand new when we moved in, burned up. One of the plugs burned up. I don't know how it happened, but it did. So Trinity's father, we got him to come down and really get it done right. Get rid of the plugs and all that crap and just use the RV plug itself, the real big one. And he put it in a big receptacle that fit it in an outside breaker box. So now there's a breaker to it of its own. And of course, the studio's got a breaker box in it too. So that was just wired in direct to the other box outside. So hopefully that'll resolve that problem. And I still have another big piece to put up behind my refrigerator that's new. It was missing. My son tried to make one, but there wasn't enough ventilation in it. And the refrigerator didn't work properly, so I had to take it back out. It wasn't cooling right. So I had to buy the right one. I've had it for a week or so, and Mark will probably come back over. Yeah, your father was here, like I said, a couple of days ago, and he worked on the wiring and put the new outside box on and all that stuff, and the right plug. He was here most of the day doing that. He's supposed to be coming back because I got the Machinator pump, which takes the black water. It'll push it over to the septic tank, so I don't have to pull that big tank anymore to dump it. But I can't do it. So the pump's coming, but I'll still got to get fittings for it and all that. Somebody's got to dig a big ditch on me, probably your father. Nancy might help him. I don't know. I know I can't do it. I'd probably die. And then do some plumbing. So it'll all be set up permanently. There'll be Nothing to do but flip a switch to dump the tank and pull a gate valve. And turn the fresh water on to wash the tank out. Simple as that. Yeah, he's been over 2 or 3 times since you left. I can't tell you for sure, Ken. Probably won't be tomorrow. I may try to do one Sunday or Monday or something like that. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. Yesterday I felt pretty good, and then I did some things I shouldn't have been doing. Work around the RV, and today I'm not feeling quite so good, but I still wanted to do a live stream anyway. So, and it may end up having to do that. I may end up having to break it down to a few nights a week or something like that, because it might be too much for me doing them every single night. Plus painting and doing, the painting videos, or to do a painting video, it takes up at least 8 hours of time on top of what I'm doing here. So it might have been too much for me. And I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. Still ain't getting a lot of sleep. In fact, I know I'm not sleeping well at all. I got actually I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it looks like little spiders coming in from the side of my right side, my peripheral vision. They say that's normal. I talked to the doctor about it because when you get older in your 60s, it's a normal thing. There's a thinner fluid in your eyes somewhere. I don't know where it is exactly now. They explained it. But when you get older, it starts getting thicker. And if you don't get enough sleep, you get like shadows from the side and stuff like that. Not all the time, but a lot of times. And especially if you don't get enough sleep. That's the biggest thing, is not getting enough sleep. Yeah, I appreciate it too, Trinity. I'd love to be able to get this up to about, at least 15 people a night, but I've kind of given up hope on that because it just hasn't happened. It's been over a year. I'd love to be able to get at least 15, 20 people on a night. It would be great. It would be great. And I'd really truly love to get some people in here that's interested in art, and painting. That's what the channel is supposed to be about, even though it's and more. But we just haven't seemed to manage to get some people in here interested in painting. And I even thought of, if I can afford it, maybe I'll scratch a few tickets once in a while or something. That might help bring in somebody. I don't know. Yep, I know you are. When you were here, I was disappointed because I really did want to get out here and paint with you some. I guess Nancy and Jennifer aren't going to come on. And somebody just logged off. Probably Jack. I haven't seen him type anything lately. And Recon ain't showed up yet either. I'm really surprised. Hopefully we can, yeah. Yeah, in fact, Milo, we're hoping we can get him, that we can afford this. Nancy said she was going to help us get some money up to get Milo a bath and clip him, and he needs it bad. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. No problem, Trinity. Well, I paint the right way already. What do you mean, Ken? My tutorials, that's probably people don't seem to like the long tutorials, but I think people that want to learn how to paint from especially the beginner's standpoint, they need to see everything. They need to see it all. Not skip it and speed it up and all that stuff. It's hard to learn anything that way. Or I just need to go faster somehow, but I end up putting in more details and it slows it down. Hello, Toady. I don't know what VOH, and I know what for your information needs means, but don't know what the VOH means. Well, it's hard to tell people what they're doing wrong, Ken, if you don't see paintings that they've done. You can't. That's critiquing them. If people want to be critiqued, I'll be happy to critique their painting for them anytime. And that's kind of been a policy of mine from the start. How am I doing it, Trinity? Well, of course, I use the cameras to set it up and stuff like that. Whether it's wet on wet or now, if I was doing traditional paintings, they'd take even longer. I would probably have to skip parts of them. I have done a few in acrylic, but I made sure they're fairly simple so they wouldn't be too long. But if I was to do something like Michael James Smith, I'd have to do like him, and skip parts. Skip parts, speed up parts, and whatever. If you're an experienced painter, you can get a pretty good idea of what he's doing. But if you're a beginner, forget it. You'll never follow Michael James Smith. Never. Well, okay. Well, I mean, I want to do a live stream painting, but my connection's so bad that I don't think it'll come out well. I mean, I know most people say I look kind of blurry and stuff like that, and it buffers and stuff. So you can imagine trying to follow a painting if I was doing it live. If it's all blurry and it's not clear and you can't see the details, you know, it'd be hard to do it live. I mean, I'd like to do one live because I'm pretty sure I could come up with some that I can do in an hour with no problem. But, it would have to be really less than an hour because people be asking questions. You kind of have to stop and read the questions and answer them. So basically, you should have to keep that pain down to, 30, 40 minutes and figure 20 minutes for talking, for answering questions and whatnot. Of course, if I was doing a live, I wouldn't have a problem going over the time limit anyway. I'd just keep going. Well, I explain it when I'm painting it in just a video. And the nice part about that is you can pause it. When you get caught up, you just hit the pause button and keep going. Well, you could, but a lot of times people, when they get to a point, they go, how did you do that? They may not remember where I was. And it's probably easier to answer then because if I'm still doing something like painting trees, if I only done one or two, and I got more trees to do, which probably I would, I could make sure they see it at a slower pace. Yeah, that would probably help. But technically, I think I could hook up my big monitor up in front of my easel up here so I could actually read it. I'd have to pull my microphone over there. That's all. So that really wouldn't be that big of a big deal, Ken. I could hook up the other monitor and just move my microphone over so I could talk at the same time. Because technically, I'd need this microphone anyway. In fact, I have already I planned on if I start doing live paintings, get one of them microphones that you can clip to your shirt or something so it's not in the way, and just plug it in without using this big microphone that would be in the way. So I just get something to clip on my shirt. Trinity will buy me one for Christmas. It's USB. I'm just kidding, Trinity. I could probably get Nancy to get me one for Christmas because she don't know what I want yet. So that's actually one of the things. They're not very expensive. In fact, I think I actually have I've got a shotgun mic over there somewhere, but that would still be in the way. It's better to have one that's clipped to your shirt. Then it's not in the way. Not really. You can hide it behind your back or whatever, and it won't be in the way. You won't be catching the wire and all that crap. I mean, there are other fun things painting that can be done live too, without even doing a whole painting. For instance, doing trees, doing mountains, showing how to do the reflections in the water, things like that don't take that long. So you could take your time and really show somebody how to do that stuff. And that's what I would do is I would incorporate some of those type of tutorials too. And say, wow, today we're going to learn how to paint rocks so that they look like rocks. And different techniques you can use to make them look like rocks. Yeah, I know. I got it out of the mailbox. I didn't open it though. I was told to give it to Nancy. And I was a good boy and I gave it to Nancy. And I have done short ones and I've done videos on doing all that stuff too, but doing them on lives would be different because people could ask questions then. That's what I was told. I was told it was for both of us. Well, that's not speed painting, Ken. If you're just showing people how to do trees or rocks or whatever, that's not really speed painting. Speed painting is if I did a painting and I just speed the whole thing right up real fast. People don't really get much out of that except for entertainment value. But if they want to learn how to paint, they're not going to learn from speed painting. Okay, that's fine. You can call on Christmas, no matter what. I know Nancy's having Christmas dinner with us, and we're not having turkey or ham. I think Nana's going to do a roast beef for Christmas with potatoes and carrots in it and gravy and whatnot. Something different. We used to always have a turkey for Christmas too, but they all want to do something different, including me. So that's what they're going to do. I'll probably have to make the gravy for them, but I got enough energy. I can do that. Because Nancy loves my gravy. So does Kirsten. I'm a little disappointed that Recon didn't show up. Although I did lose 3 subscribers. ASD, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, that's true, Trinity. Yeah, my best friend there, Jim, he called me from New Hampshire, and I had to teach him over the phone how to do it. Oh, you got a headache? I'll trade you a headache for all the problems I've got. I'm not doing that good yet. I just wanted to jump on and say hello to everybody and let y'all know I was still kicking. I've got a lot of issues, a lot of them, all serious. I'm pretty weak right now. I lost about 30 pounds in 2.5 weeks. But the biggest problem is, like I've told everybody else, the my aorta, the main vein going to your heart, is like an aneurysm or a growth there of some kind. Right now it's at 4 millimeter. 5.5 millimeter, you're going to go through surgery or die, one or the other. And it could explode, essentially, anytime. If it does, you're dead within 2 minutes, according to the doctor. Roast beef gravy. So I can make any kind of gravy, whether it's roast beef, turkey, chicken, whatever. All my gravy's good. I won't be doing lives every night, that's for sure, ASD. Ken asked me when the next one will be. I'm going to try doing Sunday or Monday. I'm going to try to. Depends on how I feel. Some days I just don't feel good at all. I can't hardly get out of bed. I can hardly walk. Trinity will testify to that. You know, it takes me a while just to get out to the studio, and it's not very far from the campus. It's next door. So I have to go slow. I do walk every day, though. I make myself walk every day. I come out every day and walk and exercise as much as I can. As they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I've been trying to use my arms, legs, and whatever I can in exercising as much as I can and trying to eat. I'm finally got my appetite back because, I didn't eat for almost 3 weeks, hardly at all, very little. People had to make me eat. There was days I didn't eat at all. I was starting to look like a skeleton. And I was a rugged man. I had, plenty of arm muscles and everything, and they've gone. How you do it, Ken? Basically, you can use the same recipe. You just substitute whether you're doing, if it's beef gravy. I usually get We usually do our roast beef in a crock pot overnight. By then it's good and tender. Well, you cut off a little chunk of that. Actually fairly, good sized little chunk. Chop it up real fine. Throw it in a pot. Take some of the broth out of the crock pot. Probably depends how much gravy you want. I used to cook for a lot of people at the group home, but if just for a couple people, a few cups of 2 or 3 cups of the broth out of the crock pot. Put it in your pan and get some gravy master, because you might want a couple drops of that in there. And no more than a couple drops. Salt and pepper. And then get some cornstarch, cold water. Now your cornstarch, if you get just 2 or 3 cups of water of your broth, then you probably won't need more than a quarter of a cup of cornstarch. Add a little bit of water to it. Mix it up really good. Use a whip. You know what a whip is when you're cooking. Make sure your gravy's, down about medium or so. When it starts to bubble a little bit, turn it down a little bit, add your cornstarch to it, and keep whipping it. Keep whipping it until it gets nice and thick. You'll have the perfect gravy. Same thing with chicken or turkey. Either way. Turkey, though, the secret of turkey is using dark meat. Use mostly dark meat, but I use quite a bit of turkey in turkey gravy, because it takes quite a bit to get the flavor of the turkey. But when I cook the turkey, the secret is you want the broth. You want some water in with that turkey. Of course, the turkey's going to drain some water anyway. But the turkey, you want to put a couple of full-size carrots in there, and at least 2 or 3 sticks of celery. And when you cook the turkey, when it's done, you can just discard the celery and the carrots, or somebody can eat them if they want. They taste good. Then you use that same broth. You probably still have to add some water to it, depending on how much you're going to make. And put a bunch of turkey in there, all cut up really good. Throw it in your pot. Same way, you'll have to add, if you're going to be doing a big dinner, you're going to add, a lot of that broth, probably a good portion of it. And you'll need more cornstarch. Salt and pepper. A lot of times I'll use white pepper. And sometimes I'll put some celery salt in chicken or turkey gravy. Now the beef gravy, you want to get some, like I said, some Gravy Master. It's in a little bottle. Get it at the grocery store. Don't put more than a couple of drops in it. You don't need it. You don't need much more than that. That just darkens it a little bit more, makes it more beefier looking. Because the cornstarch is white and it kind of makes it a lighter color. I'm actually shocked that Recon didn't show up tonight, or Minnie. I invited Brad too. I thought he might even pop in for a minute, if not just nothing else to say hello. I don't know. Velvet must have left too. Velvet, you still here? I know she's got bad connection, so it's hard to tell if she's here or not. I actually started the stream a little bit earlier than 10:30 because Velvet was here already and typing. Yeah, I knew you were still here. I was just wondering if somebody else was. Velvet. How's your channel doing, ASD? I'm really surprised Nancy and Jennifer didn't get on them because they were supposed to get on here too. Boogers. Although I heard them outside yakking a little while ago, so maybe that's why. So you're not scratching anymore on your channel anymore, huh, ASD? I haven't seen any notices. I do jump on. You at least look at YouTube once in a while. Usually once in the morning, and I don't see any of your advertisements. Yeah, we watched a few. My wife, we got lots of them here on video. My wife watched a couple. I did watch one with her. The other one I couldn't watch the whole thing because it just hurt too much. Um, I've been almost an hour now and I'm already hurting because I've been sitting here. Yeah, I know how that is, ASD. I had actually gotten some tickets to do some here. And when I couldn't do them live, I wasn't up to it. I went ahead and just scratched them. Yeah, I'm fixing to go rest, that's for sure, because I know I'm getting pretty tired, starting to hurt a lot more. So I'm just hoping to be able to say hello to Recon, but I guess he's not going to make it. Maybe he got frustrated since it's been so long, and maybe he unsubscribed. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. Well, they're pretty expensive. Well, if you get the dollar ones, it's not so bad, $150, but I think the $2 ones are $300, $3 ones are $300, $5 are $300, $10. I think you go up to $600, $500 or $600. But it's usually not worth it doing a book unless you actually get really lucky and hit a good size outlier. Lucky if you get half back. $150 for a dollar book, or $1. Well, they may be more. I mean, if they're depends on how many's in the book. If it's got 300 in the book, it's obviously going to be $300. Just depends on how many's in the book. Florida's different. Don't forget, you're up there. You're not in Florida. I'm talking about Florida prices, so I don't know what yours are. I just know I've asked the retailers here how much they were, and they told me. Because I thought about it once. I wanted to get a $3 book of crosswords, $300. No matter, I know they had a couple different $3 crosswords, 3 or 4, all the same price. Yeah, well, then that means you got 300 in a book of $1. And they may be here too, but I wasn't interested in the dollar, so I didn't ask about the dollar ones. The $2 ones, I'm not surprised. They probably are $300, but I wasn't interested in them either, so. The 3s and 5s I was interested in. That was about it. I do like the $10 crossword, but I get one at a time once in a while. But they're way too much. They're like $600. Not happening. No way. No way. I'd like to, but I certainly can't afford that. If I was just going to do if I just got, if I was going to do crosswords like all the time, I had the money, that would be the best way for me to do them live. Do a couple a night or whatever at a time. $300, that's 100 of them. That's 50 days I could be doing them. Going to get at least half back. Might get lucky, hit an outlier. As I said, and I've hit them before many times. I've hit $1,000 on a $3 crossword. So you're going to get half back. So you get the half back. You can buy another $150 worth, which is another 50. Two a day. 25 more days. So you get quite a few days out of a book, most likely. And the other ones, the 50 you get for the 150, then you're definitely going to get winners on that too. So you'll get some more days from that. Probably could stretch it off to over a couple of months. That's if you stick to 2 a day. If you want to do 3 a day, it's going to be less time, but who knows? Yep, if you stick right to it. If I had the extra, I'd consider getting some $2 ones to mix in with them. So it wasn't just the crossword. Or get half bingo and half crossword. Whatever. A lot of them guys do that. Jack Scratch Fever there, he buys books. Of course, he's a millionaire, so he can do it. But, he buys tons of books and throws them in his safe. And you can tell that a lot of times he just pulls off certain books a lot just to keep going. Of course, he's been pretty lucky. Yep, that's what you got to figure out, what you want to do. You don't want anything that's too fast, but you don't want anything too slow either. But you can adjust that time yourself. And whatever's popular, whatever people like to watch. Lotteria is one we all know. A lot of people like to watch Lotteria. Very few that don't like it. So that's probably a good one too. Which are you doing those? But all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'm starting to feel pretty rough at the moment, so I think I need to go back in and lay down. I'm surprised I made it this long. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate everybody coming tonight. I'm glad y'all made it. If you see Recon Ken, tell him I said hello, and I'm sorry I missed him. Good night, Trinity. I love you too, sweetheart. Thank you for coming. Ken, have a good night, buddy. ASD, have a good night. I'm not sure who else is here because they're not answering. I don't know if Jack came back on or not. I guess he didn't probably. Velvet, if you're here, have a good night. And whoever else happens to be here. So y'all have a good night. Take care. And we'll catch you all the next time. Bye-bye.